Okay, a video of my current XY Ute project, one of my customer projects. Just a little bit of rust here and there. Usual story, it's 2025, these things are like 54 years old now. So this had what back in the day we would have termed as terminal rust, like, you know, stick it in a crusher, put it in the demolition derby if you dare. We've got torque boxes. This side is fairly complete, but I've still got to do the outer sill there. I just wanted to demonstrate with a couple of videos how important the torque boxes are. I don't think a lot of people understand how little there is holding the front end on these cars. So on this side, the torque box is not connected. Oh, mind me camera work here. Bloody hell, mate. Okay, torque box is not connected. It's not connected to the floor. You can see straight up through there. It's basically like a chassis rail, and it goes right up to the front, to the radiator support. So it's like a chassis rail that is joined through the torque box. And the only other thing that holds it on there, or holds the front of your car on, is basically you know, this is nothing. This is like a mil thick through here, and then you've got up here where you've probably got rust as well. And that's it, you know. So if you've got rust in this area here where the torque box is, the torque box is like a triangulated box which joins the front rails where your engine's mounted on there, on the cross member. So any torque, engine trying to twist itself out of the car constantly, all the torque is trying to twist the front end, and it's transferred through these torque boxes, and it's joined to the sill, which in effect is the chassis rail going on the side of the car. Now I want to demonstrate how much these things can move. This here, that's not attached. So this here is not attached to there. So this is free. And so mark that like that. Your phone will fall off probably in a minute. Yep, that's it. Oh, highly professional. What's going on here? Now I've got a jack under the rear of the gearbox cross member trying to hold it straight. Watch those marks. All right. So then if I go and jack it up at the front, okay, we'll jack it up at the front. Wait for it. Now, yeah, that's how much movement there is anyway. So, yeah, it's worth thinking about. You know, don't underestimate the importance of that. Like, they look like big solid cars, but they're not. That's just a cover. That sill extension's got to go on yet, but that's bugger all. That's just a cover. It's only like, you know, 0.1, like it's 1 mil or 0.9 thick. This here is 2.5 mil thick, and from the factory it joins onto this 0.9 thick sill panel here, and it's basically it. I'm adding a little bit more strength to it than the factory. I'm going to, like I did on the other side, I'm going to basically weld a piece in here and plug weld it on this side, and then on the other side, which is probably a little controversial, I've added some steel on the inside here, and I've welded it directly onto the torque box, onto the end of the torque box here. So it's basically welded straight on there. It's plug welded onto the original sill, and the original sill on the other side has a piece in there which you can't see very well, but where are you? There. So basically that's plug welded, and it's welded on onto the original sill panel on this side, plug welded up there, and it's plug welded onto the new torque box piece at the front, and then it's got this piece on the back which I've just brought up to there. So it goes from basically that seat mount ends there. It's about, I don't know, I think it's about 2 mil or a bit over 2 mil. And it also provides strength for your car in an accident, or just strength for the bottom of the sill when you put the hoist under there. So yeah, so that's the way I've done it. You know, I mean, this ute would have been scrapped. It's you know, we don't have to make things 100% original, especially all this stuff like this here. This here, rather than butt welded it, I've lapped it, and I've welded it on the inside and the outside, and I've used you know, primer, weld through primer on the inside too, but it's a lot stronger than just if you tried to butt weld it and then ground it off and thinned the metal more and whatever. But you're not going to see that. You're not going to see this here. This here, that was all good under there, so I just cut it off there, because this it doesn't do a hell of a lot anyway. But you know, it's probably, I think I lapped it slightly. You know, I just want it to be as strong as possible. I'll prevent rust before I put it all back together again. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, I remember back as a younger man back in the 90s seeing an accident on a freeway near Brisbane where there was just the front end of a Falcon, like probably an XB or XA to XC, and just the front end of it was laying on the freeway upside down, still with the engine and transmission attached to it. So yeah, basically if you get a lot of rust in these torque boxes, which it's not attached to anything else. It's just the floor. The floor is not attached to the torque box. The rail is not attached to the floor. It's just, you know, you can go straight through there. There's nothing there. Basically, those shorter rails are attached by this torque box, which is 2.5 mil thick or something. It's there. It's this piece. It's this piece, and it's this piece on the back side there. It's that piece which I have welded the bottom on it there because it was rusted. So yeah, there's really not much to these cars. They're built very light. If you've got one with a lot of rust in it, you need to fix this area. Especially in a ute, I wouldn't be so fussy about the rear of it, but you know, we're going to do it all properly anyway. Well, I'm going to do it all properly anyway, but you know, there's no passengers back here. You know, it's not quite as important, but yeah, that there is very important. So anyway, just a video for the average bloke, not someone who already knows. Yeah, you know, yeah, we all know that. You'll say, yeah, whatever, but most people don't know much about these cars. They look big and solid, but really they're not. All right, there you go.